It's Kim, and we've got to talk about Madonna. So, the Queen of Pop Madonna has been in the press recently for her new look that we saw over the weekend at the Grammys. Many were shocked by her appearance as she introduced Sam Smith in Kim Petras' performance of Unholy. Critics have pointed out that her face looks different, and many are accusing her of having too much plastic surgery. And some of this criticism has gotten downright vile. Madonna addressed it in an Instagram post where she claimed that once again she was caught in a glare of ageism and misogyny, and that the world we live in refuses to celebrate women past the age of 45, and feels the need to punish her if she continues to be strong-willed, hardworking, and adventurous. As much as I understand what she's saying here, I feel like this is also a part of a bigger issue we have in society. It's bothered me for a long time, and I've really wanted to talk about it. Because when it comes to this topic, as a society, we are hypercritical of people's appearance, and this is even worse with people who are in the public eye. I mean, I get it. I spend at least an hour on hair and makeup before I ever film a video or go on stream. I learned from an early age that if I wanted to be respected, I had to look a certain way. And not only that, but if I didn't fit what was considered to be respectable or acceptable, if anything ever happened to me, then that was my fault. When I was 14, I had a part-time job, and I juggled my schedule with my part-time job along with my school schedule. And this could be difficult at times, especially with homework load or anything extracurricular. So there was one day that I got home from school, I took a shower, I didn't have the time to do what I normally do with my hair, which is usually straighten it and have a lot of product in it. So I threw it back in a ponytail, I let it dry naturally, I put it up in my uniform hat, and I got into work. And we had a staff meeting before a lot of our shifts. And at that staff meeting, my boss felt that it was necessary to call me out in front of all of my coworkers and inform me that if I did not deal with my rat's nest, I would be fired. See, my natural hair texture is coarse and kind of a wavy curly. And I'm always very scared to wear it in public because I learned from a very young age that it was not acceptable. And I've actually only done it once on stream or on camera. Today is the second time I've ever done that in over a year of being on YouTube. So this is my rat's nest. Hope you all aren't offended. People can be mean by nature, but I also think that our society is being conditioned to think that people look a certain way when they don't actually look that way. We're taught that there is a beauty standard and that it is attainable, except the materials that are being used to show us those beauty standards are not telling the truth. It's a combination of people who have gotten treatments or surgery, Botox or fillers. Then they get into a studio where they're put in professional makeup and hair with fantastic artists that really know what they're doing, fantastic lighting, great photographers, great angles, and then it's photoshopped. I've felt for a long time that the beauty industry tries to convince us that perfection is possible, and as we are imperfect, they market specifically to our insecurities. They tell us their one magical product will make us perfect, but then sell us that product by using people who have been enhanced by more than just their product. But the flip side is that this has happened because we as a society have allowed it, and we even reward it. I can't help but be reminded of Mascaragate. For those of you who aren't aware, there has recently been controversy on TikTok regarding the honesty of advertising beauty products. There have been questions about whether or not someone on TikTok lied about using false lashes in a mascara advertisement. There's no way to say for sure either way, but the company that sells the mascara has been in hot water before over dishonest advertising. So like I said before, it's selling a product and promising perfection, except perfection does not exist. And in today's world, we have a lot of celebrities and influencers that promote products that have claims that seem too good to be true. But because that celebrity or that influencer has a life that we aspire to have or a body that we aspire to have, we think, hey, if it worked for them, it might work for us. Except in some cases, their bodies don't look the way that they do because of that product. It's a mix of diet, exercise, treatment, surgery, and in some cases, it's just a filter or Photoshop. I'm not trying to trash anyone specifically or call out a specific product. I'm just saying, in general, we make these people famous. We buy these products. We buy into the fantasy. And those people live under tremendous amounts of pressure to maintain the illusion. But those lies affect people, and it gives us a distorted view of reality. Very few celebrities are open about this and show the reality of their appearance compared to what the industry releases. I wish sometimes that people would be more open about what they've had done and what the reality of their situation is. And one person I think of that I think has done a wonderful job of that is Iggy Azalea. Iggy has been open about her breast augmentation and rhinoplasty. She's been quoted saying, "I didn't need plastic surgery. There was nothing wrong with me. I think it's a personal choice, and anybody, man or woman, they should be able to make an informed decision. And if you want to change something, then that's up to you." Can we please acknowledge how refreshing that kind of attitude is? She so easily could have said, "No, I just found this magical push-up bra that changed my life," or "I started taking a supplement that made my boobs grow," but she didn't. She just was honest. But of course, people had opinions on it and dragged her for it. So if you have work done and you're honest about it, people get angry. If you don't get work done, people get angry and criticize you for getting older and looking ugly. And if you do get something done, but you don't tell anybody about it, people get angry. So what exactly is Madonna supposed to do? She can't please everybody. She can only try to do right by herself, and if she wants to have procedures done or not, that's her right. I feel like regardless of Madonna's appearance, the way that everyone has gone on about this is ridiculous. It's demeaning, offensive, and just plain sad. I also understand that there's a lot of people that have this criticism that they feel like society isn't the problem in this situation, it's Madonna. It's Madonna's refusal to grow older. Except if Madonna did not take the steps that she has taken to try to look younger, I'm sure we would be seeing other articles and other discussion and panels talking about how old and haggard she looked. She works in an industry where aging is not acceptable and you are judged for it harshly. And her body and her appearance has been judged for the entirety of her career. I remember when the video for Hung Up came out and people were body shaming her then. I don't mean to sound dramatic, but this is the type of crap that really worries me, especially just the way that our media reports on these types of issues. The reality is 9% of the world population has an ED. Body dysmorphic disorder is real, and 80% of people who have it have thoughts of unaliving themselves, and 44% attempt. EDs tend to start in childhood or adolescence, when the human brain is not as equipped with information to be able to distinguish fantasy from reality, which makes them very vulnerable to any messages that the mass media is sending them. And seeing a 64-year-old woman shamed because her face is not up to random people's standards is not helping. And besides that point, I really think people need to leave Madonna alone. She owes no one any explanation, and she doesn't have to prove herself, period. Well, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, you can leave a comment if you'd like. Please check and see if you are subscribed. There's been a lot of issues on this platform right now with unsubscribing people. Check all your favorite creators because it's affecting everybody across the board. And if you're not subscribed, you're welcome to. If you really like this video, you can also check out my membership option to join my community of space angels. Well, that's it. Much love. Bye.